Today, I want to thank Mayor de Blasio for providing another city program that has allowed me to hear directly from a valued member of our community about noise complaints. This has helped mediate an agreement between us that can be easily resolved without costly summonses that could bankrupt us. When both parties are aware of an issue, it's much easier to come to a satisfactory conclusion. It's critical for small businesses to build relationships with neighbors and customers. I'm thrilled that the city was able to help mediate an agreement that works for everyone and further bolsters the bond we have with the community that we serve. I'm truly thankful for all the programs the city provides, without which we would not be here today. It's now my honor to introduce the person who built the programs that saved businesses like mine, Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Thank you. Thank you. Very much appreciated, Jacob. And I really want to thank you for, first of all, having us all here. This place that you created, that you had a vision of and brought to life here in New York City. And this is kind of what New York City is all about. The place where people, whether you're born in New York City, you come here from someplace else, people take their dreams, put them into action, bring them to life. And I can feel it here. There's a great energy in this place. So I'm really appreciative that we're here because this is the kind of business we need. This is the kind of restaurant we need. This is the kind of family-run business we need. This is the heart and soul of New York City. And we got to make it work. We got to make it work for a small business owner. We got to make it work for the people who are employed. I hear you have about 20 employees. Is that right?
That's correct.
20 people's livelihoods. 20 people's livelihoods depend. There, see? They're waving over there. Your livelihoods depend on this place succeeding. But we're also all neighbors here in New York City. And it has to work for the people of the community. And this is something we were working on long before the pandemic with our nightlife office and a lot of other initiatives to actually hear when there's a neighborhood concern, to respect it. Treat it with respect, hear it, bring people together, act on it. Because a neighbor who's got a problem deserves respect, and the goal should be to resolve that problem. A small business that's trying to stay afloat and employ people, be part of the fabric of the city, deserves respect. We want them to succeed. How do we bring those two ideas together? And this is the moment to do it. Because I keep talking about what we need to do to recover in this city. We need a recovery for all of us. You know, I care about Midtown and, you know, big businesses. I want them to come back strong. But really, I want a recovery for all 5 boroughs, all neighborhoods, New Yorkers of all walks of life. I want a recovery for working people. I want a recovery for small business owners. To do that, we all have to hear each other. And sometimes when there's an actual dialogue and there's a real process of mediation, when there's a way to bring people together, it leads to much, much better outcomes. But it's a different way of thinking. It's the right way of thinking, particularly when we're trying to come back and have that recovery for all of us. So, a place this big, a place this busy, a place this crowded, yeah, there'll be conflict sometime. Guess what? That'll happen. But it's like the classic saying you hear for years and years in this city, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. There will be conflict. It's how well do we handle it? How well do we have a dialogue and bring people together and overcome it? The Center for Creative Conflict Resolution. What a powerful idea. A place that helps people find common ground. A place everyone can turn to equally. Creative. I love anything in government with the word creative in it, because generally speaking, government agencies are not known for their creativity. And we need a lot more creativity. We need a lot less bureaucracy, a lot more humanity, a lot more creativity. So the fact that here's an initiative of government that actually is meant to be creative and thoughtful and listen is powerful. So to everyone at Oath, I know this has been a labor of love. The concept of putting together an initiative, Mend NYC, like bringing us together, mending differences, creating unity, is beautiful. It's perfect at this moment. And what does it mean in practice? An end of conflict, businesses avoiding fines or penalties, neighbors getting results that they can believe in. This is what we need to do. And this is actually something I hope will grow and grow in this city and become a model for a lot of other places. I think thousands and thousands of New Yorkers are going to benefit from it. So here to tell you more, I know, again, it's been a labor of love for her and everyone else at Oath, Commissioner Joni Kletter.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. It's really an honor to have you here, and that was very well said, and we really appreciate all of your support. So thank you so, so much. I am here today with Ray Kramer, who's the Executive Director of the Center for Creative Conflict Resolution, and Ariel Palitz, the Director of the Mayor's Office of Nightlife. Director Palitz actually started a pilot program for mediation services 2 years ago, and the center was able to adopt that program and bring to it the necessary resources, which brought us to Mend today. As the mayor said, for neighborhood nuisances and quality of life complaints that emanate for local businesses, Mend NYC provides resolution and fixes, not fines. Through using restorative methods to resolve conflicts, we can help restore our city and bring communities together by giving people the opportunity to proactively engage in mediation services, to use compromise to resolve their conflicts and come up with solutions together. This agreement between Mr. Posnack, the owner of Moonrise Izakaya, and Mr. Brown, a neighbor, is a great example of how we can use mediation over enforcement where applicable. Mr. Brown and Mr. Posnack are signing an agreement that they created through our Mend NYC program after Mr. Brown contacted Mend about loud noise emanating from this restaurant. Mr. Posnack was eager to participate in this program in order to avoid having enforcement agents being called in. As a result of the mediation, Mr. Posnack agreed to move his speakers, and he provided his contact information to Mr. Brown so that Mr. Brown could contact him in the future if any problems were to arise again. As a result, any New Yorker with a quality of life issue regarding a local business should reach out to Mend. Any business, local business, that has a dispute with a neighboring business should also reach out to Mend, and we can work on resolving that dispute. To contact us, go to nyc.gov/mendnyc. I'd now like to invite the parties to say a few words about what the agreement means to them, and then ask them to sign the agreement here. Thank you.
Mend New York City quickly scheduled a mediation, and I haven't had any problems since. Going forward, I know I can contact Jacob directly with any issues.
I was thankful that I was given the chance to speak directly to Mr. Brown and hear what he had to say and his concerns. And I want to build a relationship not just with Mr. Brown, but with all my neighbors and the neighborhood and customers that frequent here often. I'm happy I was able to participate in the mediation to resolve the issues.
Mr. Brown, just one question before you guys sign. How long you lived in the neighborhood?
Oh, over 40 years.
Over 40 years?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, so this is a good moment for everyone.
Okay, where should I sign? Right there.
All right.
I'm going to sign. See, let's do all three. There you go.